So, color space transforms. I'll be using these two clips, one shot on B raw and the other shot on red. Okay, one thing you have to understand is this. There's something called display referred grading and scene referred grading. So what you probably used to right now is grading display referred, which means you get a clip. Disregarding what color space it was shot in, this is a flat image, obviously. So what you do is you just come here and say, okay, this clip needs some contrast. Then you come to your contrast knob and you add some contrast. Then you adjust your pivot, and it's looking nice based on what this screen is telling you. And you say, oh, okay, I think I love where the contrast is. Let me add some saturation. You create another node. Then you say, I'm adding some saturation. Oh, okay, some color is coming back. And you say, okay, I need to balance this clip a little more. You open your scopes and you say, okay, this is a little green. Let me add some magentas to it, and voila, I'm done with my grade. Okay, so if your client is happy with this and you are also happy with this, it's fine. But there's a better way to do it, which is what we call the scene referred. So you are going to Sokoto right now and somebody says, oh, I can drop you at Borno. Let's say Borno is closer to Sokoto than Lagos. I can drop you at Borno. I'm flying this chopper and I can drop you at Borno. Then you can take a bus going to your Sokoto, or you prefer to just start going to Sokoto with the bus from here. No, now you will want to get that lift, anything that will take you as close as possible, and that's what color space transforms to. Let me reset this grade. So how to do it is this. DaVinci Resolve has provided a means called color space transform, where you go to this effects. Let's say this is how yours looks. You hit effects and this search button and search for color. You see this color space transform, drop it there. Then you ask yourself what color space this was shot in. Usually if you don't know, you just click this first tab here and you can tell that's if it's a raw clip. So there's a difference between a raw clip and a ProRes. You understand? So which we will get into in some other video. If you want extensive stuff on that topic, you let me know and I'll make a video. So but if you look at it here, color science, IPP2, color space, red, white, gamut, RGB, gamma curve is log 3G10. So you can, after introducing this color space transform on your in your node, after introducing the color space transform in your node, impute color space. Click on that. Then you go to red, white, gamut, RGB, right? Then impute gamma. What did we see there is log 3G10. So you come to red log 3G10. So output color space. You come here, you say you want it to be what? Rec 709, because most of our viewing, your televisions are at home. For now, they are mostly all viewed in Rec 709 or some form of some form of sRGB, your computers and all that. So, but for this case, let's go with output gamma Rex gamma 2.4, right? So this is you being dropped at Borno. Now you can finesse this one, but do not grade after this. So when you have converted this to Rec 709, it's like, okay, you are given such a big container and you have reduced everything to a small container for your viewing. You don't want to grade after this. You don't want to hit Alt S and say, okay, let me start arranging, let me start working on this, like, which it might look good to you, but you are not maximizing this clip. So let's delete this thing. you always want to leave this as your last node, at least for now. There are things you can put after this, but for now, do not grade after your color space transform. Do a shift S so you can grade before. So what is lacking here? Do you want to improve on the exposure? So with this, you are actually working non-destructively. So because you're working inside that red, white gamut color space, that big color space, so that little changes that you make will not have so much effect, like destructive effect on the clip. Because what you're doing essentially here is altering the image that came, from the camera. And the more you push it, the more it will break. So no matter what it is, like, you want to always remain in that color space, that is wide and soft. So you increase your exposure. If this is what you're looking at, you come to your lift and drop it down a bit, and things you do here would just remain very clean, and you say, okay, what am I seeing here? It's a little green, let me just add some magentas. Let's look at his face. Yeah. So if you're happy with this, your client is happy with this, then you can submit this. So imagine the use of this video is to show you that this color space transform helps you do a lot. Like, look at where this image is. Look at what color space transform has done for us. It has made us move from something like this to something like this, in no time. Just your first touch of this thing, even before you start working on it, it has brought you to this point. So it's easier to just complete. And if you have several clips, another use for color space transform is this. Let's say I have this now. This one is shot in B-raw, right? Then I bring my color space transform here, and I say this was shot in let's choose Blackmagic Gen 4 or 5 white gamut. The input gamma is design film Gen 5, because if you come here, you see Blackmagic design film Gen 5. That's the color site. So you'll be informed by this camera raw tab, and sometimes it's shot on MOV, so you have to ask the cinematographer what those things are shot in, because you cannot just assume, right? So now, if you observe these two images, let me take off this adjustment I did here. So you see, if you observe, they are now looking like they were almost shot with the same camera, because they are all now in Rec 709. So at first they were all looking like log images, right? But now they are looking like something you can view. So you can now go on and make your changes to either of them and make them look the way you want them. And when you play them as side by side, you find out that, oh, okay, they don't look so different anyway, because now they are, having similarities, which is the whole Rec 709 thing. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. So, however you're happy with it. So this is exactly what I wanted to teach you guys today. Just color space transform. It's very, very important for you to maximize. Like, always use it. Like, do not skip on this stuff. We'll move on to other things, but then this is like a pure foundation. Always make sure you have always make sure you have your color transform game on point. Always ask the cinematographer, what was this thing shot in, especially if you don't have a raw clip. What was this shot in? Please tell me what this was shot in, because I need to do my color space transform. I always do it at the end. Okay, thank you for watching.